Okay, we're here at the Castillo de San Marcos in St. Augustine.
Good morning.
Thank you. Now we have bottled water in the gift shop, water fountains near the restrooms, okay?
Thank you. You do have to get rid of your food or drink before you come in. So get rid of your food or drink before you come in.
You know why I got this one?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I was pointing to.
oh. Oops. Oops.
Let's see.
And it's 15 and under is free.
Oh, 15 and under
15
free.
and
And
16
over
and
15 is how much?
16 and over is 15.
16 and over is $15.
Which isn't bad really if you can get 15 and under free.
Right.
Honey, got a youngster that wants to buy.
Hey, oh, it's wet.
It looks like the Boy Scout camp I went to.
Very small prison cell.
Oyster shells out of it in middens, which are basically the big trash piles from the natives. They were collecting the oyster shells. They would burn those at 1,000 degrees for about 12 to 18 hours. Once you do that, they're still in their hard form, but then you can crush them. And when you crush them with water, it makes a chemical reaction, a hot chemical reaction. And then you can make the slack line that goes between the blocks of cocaine. So to me, it is really fascinating that this is 350 years ago that they thought to do this.
Yeah. Really?
So it's really cool. Now, they did not start this fort until over 100 years after St. Augustine was settled. They had wooden forts first, and of course they didn't do very well. In fact, the first 2 years they went through 3 wooden forts, 2 of them burned down. So same problem that we have with wooden structures today: fire, rot, termites, hurricanes, you know, all that kind of thing. The first thing they made out of the coquina was a powder magazine. So they knew how, a gunpowder magazine.
Oh, okay.
So they knew how strong and sturdy it was, and that when they got the permission from Spain, from the crown and the crown's money, they knew that's what they wanted to use to build this fort. They're lucky that it is the only native stone to this area, and it's all that porousness in it with all the air pockets really does a great job of absorbing the cannonball impact. So it looks like the cannonballs either just bounce or slide right off. Rarely, one will stick in the wall, but when it would happen, it only goes in about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. The walls are 12 to 14 feet thick at the base. And it's easy enough. You pop out the damaged, or the cannonball, repair your fort, slide in your new block of coquina, and your fort's all repaired. It's not like a regular stone or wooden fort that's going to shatter.
Right. Yep.
The only other wooden fort, the only other coquina fort is Fort Matanzas, which is like the other half of our park. We're just separated by 14 miles of water. So it's actually back open again. It was closed for several months because of damage to the docks and boats from Irma.
It's the one that you have to take the ferry, right? Yeah.
And both ferries were damaged, and both docks were damaged. They actually opened sooner than we did after Matthew. So that's open again, and you just go into the visitor center They give you a time to come back, and it's a free ferry to take you over to the fort because they figure you've already paid to get in here. So if you want to go down there, just make
Well,
sure you do it
that's
before
awesome.
bad weather sets in, or they have to shut the ferries down.
Yes.
I was out under the pop-up fly yesterday doing Junior Ranger stuff, and when that lightning started, I beat it in here because I'm not staying out there with lightning in a metal framed pop-up tent. So, and that lightning was pretty close.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
From the heat.
I don't know why they saw it. They was rolling.
So it's up there. There we go. What time is it?
You got your water?
We are going up to the top of the north turret. It's kind of warm here today, but we're going up to the north side. They're going to do a little history lesson and then fire off the muskets. So we'll see what that is all about. And get a view from up here. So I know I already said this, but we're at the Castillo de San Marcos. Wow, it's nice up here.
That's great up there.
Yeah. What a pretty view.
They do let you go outside though.
Nothing wrong with that. Just because I don't like it.
Oh, the showers, the gas showers, they still have those.
So we're standing on the top deck, whatever, the top level of the Castillo de San Marcos. We're waiting for a musket presentation. It's a warm day, but there's a nice breeze up here. And that is Volano Beach. And over there is the Bridge of Lions. And then St. Augustine. You can see the college right there. And Thomas Edison stack. Come over here and you can see down into the courtyard of the fort. That is where we came in. So this fort was built 300 years ago. There were two forts before it and they were wood. And no, they were both burned down. So this one's just a baby at 300 years old or so. I think it's actually a little bit older than that, but 300. Which cannon are you shooting? I'm shooting this. Okay, he's gonna be over here. You wanna go over here?
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Castillo de San Marcos National Monument, part of your National Park Service, and our musket firing program for you today. Before we start with our firing demonstration, I do need to go over a few safety guidelines for your safety as well as the preservation of this old historic fortress. This building stands today as the oldest masonry fort in the continental United States. So with that kind of title, we each need to do our part to keep it preserved so the next visitor can see all the original features. So we just simply ask all of you to help us out by not climbing, sitting, or standing on the historic cannons, cannon carriages, or the fragile shellstone walls of the fortress itself. The builders of this fort even said as they were holding this rock to construct it, it was falling apart in their hands. And the less contact we have with that stone, the longer the original materials will last. Our muskets can be pretty loud, definitely startling, so when we call for you to cover your ears, please do so at that time. If you have any small children with you, please make sure they cover their ears or cover their ears for them when the time comes. We open it up, you're welcome to join us for questions and pictures, but please wait until we say the area is clear. You get a spark. That spark falls back then into an open pan full of gunpowder that then ignites and gives you what they call the flash in the pan, that set fire into a small opening inside the barrel that ignited more powder and shot out the musket ball. There were no bullets back then, they were simply round balls. Loud noise involved, and we'll be turning off the microphone during our drill. A la derecha, Nidia, help. La mano derecha las armas. Retiran las armas. Pongan la llave al fiador. Limpen la piedra. Sopa la cazoleta. Saquen el cartucho.
Thank you.
Abran el cartucho. Save it. Cierren la cazoleta. Pasen las armas al lado izquierda. Altas las armas. Presenten las armas. Preparen las armas. Apunten. Cover your ears. Disparen. Retiren las armas. Pasen. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, that is what they went through back at home practicing. They didn't go through any of that in combat. In combat, you just heard the commander call load, then they loaded and shot, and that is what we will perform for you next. Target. Retiren las armas. Preparen las armas. Apunten, cover your ears. Disparen. Retiren las armas. Pasen las armas al lado izquierdo.
I will. And there you have it. There is a theater over there. You can watch a little film.
Can we take a picture with you?
Oh, and then they have ranger programs. It just begins right here, and they tell you all about life in the fort.
Yes, so we don't understand.
The gift shop.
It's great. It's great in here.
Yes, it does.
That's what he meant.
Oh, they have iced water too.
At least that's what I was taught.
This is a picture of the drawbridge. The drawbridge. I'm going to walk over right now. So, this used to be filled with water.